Hello and welcome to the channel. It's been a little bit. So, if you've already seen the title of this video, well, you probably already know what's going on. Yeah. But besides that, I just want to say try and ignore the mess. We're kind of under construction right now, just a little bit. And it's unorganized, but as you could probably tell, that's my dream car right now.
Try to make it back again. Waves are crashing in like thunder. Lose the war but win the game. Every shot that you do felt the pain, but we got through. When I don't know where to go, the circle leads to you. And every mile we've ever run, don't look back how far we've come. Close your eyes and pull the trigger. You're the bullet, I'm the gun. You're the bullet, I'm the gun. You're the bullet, bullet. You're the bullet, bullet. You're the bullet, bullet. I'm the gun.
Yeah, the battery's dead. So, it's a really cool car, but there's a couple little, issues, quirks, major problems. Not really major, but there's, plainly put, it needs some work. So, if you probably noticed, there's a couple of dings in the car. And I don't know why or who or what, but someone took a hammer to it at one point. Which, I've debated a little bit. I'm like, okay, should I get a carbon fiber hood for it? I mean, it'd be real cool, but they're expensive. And I'm thinking about doing something about the headlights. I'm just going to clean them up for now, but I'm thinking about swapping them out. I've always wanted one in white, but this came up for sale for a decent price, and I said, look, I gotta have it. Even though it doesn't run, it doesn't run very good at all. So, it is a real STI. It's not a fake, even though some of you are probably like, yeah, we get that. 4-piston Brembos up front, 2-piston Brembos in the rear, couple more dents. Someone hit the glass with a hammer there. This is the major part. So, I have a guy that can probably bend most of this out for me and touch it up. I really don't want to get everything repainted because, well, it's the paint on it is pretty good. And of course, gas door, which I'm thinking of just getting a carbon fiber overlay. I mean, it might look a little bit out of place on the car, but, I wouldn't have to worry about trying to match up another silver-ish gray one with that. Windows are tinted. Taillights are pretty much blacked out. Been debadged. Big old exhaust. All that. So, the car has been... it's been heavily modified. Plainly put. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but it all has adjustable rear suspension. Trailing arms, control arms, well, upper, lower, links, whatever you want to call it. The interior is actually real nice. The headliner needs some attention because it's just sagging in the back. I have the rear seat out because I was trying to find out the fuel pump to realize they're in the back. Go me. But there's mechanically some issues about this car. And although none of this is confirmed, this setup made 500 wheel horsepower. All right, I get it. I know what you're thinking. Wow, you can't just claim something if you don't have any proof. I would totally agree. But the best that I could gather was this engine is an Outfront Motorsports closed deck block with Manley I-beams and forged pistons, and I'm assuming probably an IAG windage tray because it has a stock oil pan. The engine was put together by a guy that now works at IAG, and from what I can gather, it's supposedly built block, stock heads and cam, but it doesn't sound like it. Anyways, more on that later. It has a rotated BorgWarner S363 and 2200cc injectors. So here's where the issue comes into play. It's tuned on E85, and I'm almost certain of that because it will not hold a steady idle. And all we have around here is pump gas. I don't know when the setup was put in this car, but across the country, this setup, allegedly, made 500 wheel horse. Now, I believe it, but we don't have E85 around here at all. I would have to order it in barrels or travel and go get it and everything, and I'm not willing to do that. So here's where everything else comes into play. I got to downsize the injectors for pump fuel, 91, 93, because they're just too large to hold a good stoichiometric idle on pump gas. Now, ultimately, I'm probably going to have to turn it down, and I'm not against that. I don't need the car to make 500 wheel horse. I'm trying to daily it. As stupid as that, I'm trying to daily a modified Subaru. Yeah, go me. But I gotta figure out, injector size, and then I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have to retune it because I don't know what kind of tune's in it. I don't know anything about that. All I found out and know about this car is everything I heard and tried to research, and it's taken me down a rabbit hole. But it has a lot of work done under the hood, and I believe it also has a clutch in it. Well, if it's the same setup, I'm sure it has a clutch in it. But yeah, I'm going to be done talking. I will try and fire it up for everyone, but we got to open the door because it's terrible. That was idling 10 O's for air fuel ratios. So it's it's lovely. Stank up the garage. All right, I'm gonna end it off there, and we're going to work on this. Have a video on it soon. Thanks everyone for watching. Hope you enjoyed. See y'all later.